Welcome to Cooking with Gerald. On today's episode, I'll be making some delicious, hearty turkey chili. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. And for those of you that are returning, I'd like to thank you for coming back and also for supporting. Before we get started, if you would for me, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you like the content that you're watching, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Let's take it a step further. If you want to be notified each time I do upload a new video, go ahead and click that notification bell in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now on to the video. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Cooking with Gerald. Today, I'm going to make chili, turkey chili, as a matter of fact, because I don't eat beef, ground beef. So, let's get started. We have for ingredients, two cloves of minced garlic, a small onion diced, and then also some bell pepper that's in the little plastic bag right here. It's frozen. Bell pepper, some seasoning salt, onion powder, complete seasoning, cayenne pepper, tomato sauce. You have extra virgin olive oil, or you can use a canola oil or vegetable oil, is your choice. We have black pepper, cayenne pepper, cumin, chili powder. I also have some chipotle powder. Sometimes I'll put chipotle powder in my chili if I want to give it a little smoky flavor. Chili beans, you can use, these are mild chili beans. Sometimes I'll put black chili beans or black beans inside my chili. You can do a mixture of black regular pinto beans and kidney beans. They do sell them in a can mixed together like that, or you can do them on your own. Have a couple cups of chicken broth, oregano, and of course the star of the show, the ground turkey. For you health conscious people, you can get the much leaner turkey. I get the 85-15, which has a little bit of fat in it, but not much. So first thing I want to do is go ahead and get my pot on to start cooking the vegetables and the turkey. So give me just a moment, I'll be right back. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add a couple tablespoons of olive oil so we can sweat our vegetables out. And then go ahead and add the onion. Listen to that. I'll turn the stove down a little bit. And then go ahead and add this little mixture. Which is the frozen bell pepper and onion, kind of mixed together. I have some extra, so I'll put them in the freezer together when I was cooking something else. So I'm going to sweat those down for a couple minutes until they get translucent. We'll put the garlic in last after we add the ground turkey. Let those babies sweat. Okay, now that the vegetables have sweated down, I'm going to go ahead and add the ground turkey, 1 pound. also add another teaspoon of extra or tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, because this ground turkey, unlike ground beef, doesn't have a lot of fat in it. Also, for this recipe, you can use ground beef. I mean, it's the same. I cook it the same way. It's just that I don't eat ground beef. I prefer ground turkey. But I cook everything that you would cook with ground beef, with ground turkey, like tacos, chili, pretty much anything you would cook ground beef with. I substitute it for ground turkey and I cook it the same. Sometimes I have to add a little bit more seasoning with ground turkey versus with ground beef. But that's about it. But with the seasoning, you know, you season it to your taste, to your liking. Okay. Ground turkey. It's pretty much browned or gray, if you want to call it. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. Stir that in, get it going. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add the oregano, which is 1 teaspoon. But what I'm going to do is put it in the palm of my hands and rub it together inside into the pot. What that does is it opens it up and makes it more fragrant. Go ahead and add the black pepper. Just 1 teaspoon. Cumin, 1 tablespoon to start off with. And I probably will adjust these seasonings as I'm going along to my taste, but I'm just giving you the base of the recipe. If you choose to add more to it, then that's your choice. Have a teaspoon of of garlic powder. Teaspoon of onion powder. Cayenne pepper is optional. I'm just going to put probably like about 1/8 of a teaspoon, and that's about it. I don't like real hot food, but I do like it a little spicy. One tablespoon of the complete seasoning, a heaping tablespoon. That's like seasoned accent, it gives the food mad flavor. Chili powder, we'll go with 2 tablespoons. If you decide to use the chipotle, then what I would recommend doing is using 1 tablespoon of the chili powder and 1 tablespoon of the chipotle, and then go from there and see if you need to add more seasonings or see if you need to adjust your seasoning. The next thing is 1/2 teaspoon of seasoning salt to start off with. Because we're using the broth is not sodium free, it's a regular broth, so you want to hold off and test it first to make sure that it's not going to be too salty. So the next thing I'm going to do is add my chicken broth. which is 2 cups. Then what that's going to do is this is going to get all those bits from underneath the bottom of the pan from the onions and the other seasonings as I was throwing them in there. That's what that does. Next thing we're going to do is add our tomato sauce. Okay, so that's going to be 2 29-ounce cans of tomato sauce. This is my version. I don't like pureed tomatoes. I don't like chunky tomatoes, but I do like tomato sauce, which is kind of interesting, but it is what it is. For those of you that do like tomatoes, you can use the pureed tomatoes, 1 29-ounce can of those, or actually do 2 cans, or you can do 1 can of the puree and then 1 can of the diced tomatoes. The San Marzanos are the best to use when it comes to that. And then what you can do is add a couple tablespoons of tomato paste if you need to get that more tomatoey flavor. But this is what I prefer to use, which is the tomato sauce. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add my beans. Got 3 cans. I don't drain my beans. If you want to drain your beans or wash your beans before you put them in here, you're more than welcome to. However, I don't. This is what I do. Go ahead and stir those in. And what I'm going to do is give this a nice simmer for a couple hours, and then we'll go ahead and adjust the flavorings or seasonings, and we'll be back. Alright, so this has been about 8 minutes. I turned the pot up on high just to get a simmer or a boil on it. Now I'm turning it down to like a medium to medium low. The one thing that you don't want to do is to cook the chili over high heat, because it will stick at the bottom. So about every 10 to 15 minutes, you just want to come in here and stir it up to make sure that it's not sticking at the bottom. Otherwise, you'll have a smoky chili that won't taste good smoky. Like Chipotle, it'll taste smoky like being burnt. I'm also adding 2 teaspoons of sugar. The reason I'm adding the sugar is to cut the acidity from the tomatoes or tomato sauce. You probably won't taste the sugar in it. And after this, like I said, I'm actually going to let it cook down for about an hour. What's going to happen is once it cooks down, it's going to actually get more concentrated, which means all the flavors are going to meld together, and it's going to be a lot more flavorful than it is right now. With chili, to me, chili is always good after the 2nd or 3rd day. It tastes better. When I make big pots of chili like this, I actually will put them in containers and put them in the freezer. Like I said on other videos, because it's just me by myself, whenever I want some chili, all I have to do is go into the freezer and I'll get a container, which is usually like a quart-sized container, and heat it up, and I'm good to go. But like I said, we'll go ahead and let this simmer. Like I said, I've turned the heat down to a medium-low. It's in between medium and in between low. So medium-low for it to simmer for about an hour, stirring every 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll come back. Alright guys, so we're about 44 minutes in. Taking the top off. As you can see, the chili used to be up here. Now it's reduced down to there. So it's thickening up and becoming more concentrated, which is great. Look at all the beans and meat. For a heartier chili, What you can do is add 2 pounds of ground beef or 2 pounds of ground turkey to this instead of just 1 pound. For me, this is enough. And you can also add more beans. I did find a can of black beans in my pantry that I forgot I had, so I'm going to go ahead and add those in there too. I did drain these, most of the juice off, because the chili already has its seasoning and I don't want to add any more liquid. So I'm adding these black beans as a second bean. I don't like kidney beans at all, period. So the chili beans and the black beans pretty much will be good enough for me. So we'll go ahead and let those finish cooking. We'll check in about 15 minutes, which will be an hour, to see how it's going and see if we need to cook it for a little bit more. Be right back. Alright guys, it's been an hour. So open this up and stir. As you can see, look at all that thick hearty chili. It's cooked down. Look at that. And it's finished. Go ahead and turn the stove off. And then plate it up, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, here's my chili. It's all plated up. I have some cheese on the top. I also drizzled a little mustard. That's what I like on my chili when I serve it up. Some people like sour cream on theirs. I like a little mustard. Also, back when I was in grade school, when we would have chili at school for lunch, they would always give us a peanut butter sandwich to go along with that. So when I eat my chili, I either will put a little peanut butter inside the chili bowl when I eat it, or I make peanut butter crackers and break those up in there instead of using regular crackers. So once again, like I said, this is my version of my homemade chili. Take a bite. Perfectly seasoned. If you want to make this heartier, you can add more beans, you can add more meat to it. The seasoning and spice is on point. If anything, if you want to add anything else to it, like when you're in a restaurant, what you can do is add a little chili seasoning, or chili powder rather, to the chili once you do get it in your own bowl, if it's not to your seasoning taste or preference. And also, for those of you who don't have all of the ingredients as far as seasonings and spices for the chili, you can always buy one of these, which is a chili pack. Tune this in. This is a chili seasoning, which it has all of the seasonings that I actually put in there individually, but this is a quick way of doing it. You just add the chili pack in there and follow my same directions. Don't follow the instructions that are on the back of the chili pack, but just still follow my directions, and then just add this in for the seasoning. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment on this video. Tell me what you like, tell me what you didn't like, tell me how you used to eat your chili, or how you still eat your chili. Also, subscribe to the channel, share this video with any of your friends who don't know how to make chili, or those who do know how to make chili. And also, so they'll know what your boy's doing. Hit that notification bell if you want to see videos or get notified when I do fresh videos or new videos that come out. Be blessed, be safe, and I'll see you next time.